Hi guys, I probably don't have to tell you that the world is in pretty hectic state and that things are probably pretty intense at the moment. And I just wanted to share this video of a few things that, although it may be some things you do, but a few things that you can do whilst everything is just going crazy around you. And some of it I may actually do videos, just separate videos on it, because it's just so loaded. And some of them really just basics, but sometimes we just have to get back to the drawing board and just say, okay, what do I do when things just go crazy? And no matter what path you're on, how diligent you are with your personal and transformational practices, sometimes it just gets too much and it just gets freaking hectic. So one of the things that you can do is just trust that the tide will turn, that hey, there's nothing much you can go and do out there. It's just a matter of, hey, things are rough at the moment, and the tide will turn. The wheel will spin and things will go easy. You just have to ride it out. Hey, that's not always possible, and it's not always preferred, but sometimes that's all you can do. So that's one thing. Another thing that you can do is to really just let certain things go. Now, of course, it has an element of the first one in where you just wait for the tide to turn, but sometimes you actually have to let things go. And you know, the whole thing of letting go is probably warrants a video in itself, because it's just so loaded. And although people say just let it go, sometimes there's really, like, I personally have really a thing about just letting go, because I understand also how the mind works, and sometimes, you know, letting things go really actually amplifies it. So there is I'm saying this with hesitation, but I'm also saying that is often a good opportunity to just clean house and just let things go. Another thing that you can do is actually take the opportunity to go inwards and take the opportunity to heal more of your patterns. I mean, I've been proclaiming this all along, that if times are rough and if things are hectic out there, that is your time. That is the time to look at the shadows and to look at all the internal shit that you're carrying. And it may be a combination of the other things as well, as I said. So that's another thing that these times provide for you to actually really go inwards and really face some of your own deep, dark shadows. And of course, another thing that you can do is just wait for some catastrophe to strike. And I'm saying that lightheartedly, but sometimes really things actually fall down around us, and it's like the Tower card of, you know, real big change of destruction in the tarot. But it's also not to fear it so much, because we often think that, oh, let me just not go there. And sometimes it is a way that we can see it and handle it differently, and know that everything needs to crumble for us to actually step out and do it in a different way, and rebuild it and just start over sometimes. So there's nuances to this, of course, but hey, that is another way. And sometimes it's not up to us to when these things happen. Sometimes literally there will be some external event that will point us in a different direction, and we may have to heed it. But of course, one of the last things that you can do is just taking good old discipline and just follow through with your own habits. And why I'm saying that is, specifically if you just bring the old-fashioned masculine discipline into your habits, into your daily routine, into the things that really just keeps you on the next step. Things like good eating habits, show up for exercise. Sometimes when things go a bit hectic, we don't want to, and that's when you actually have to go into these good old-fashioned habits. You actually have to not only, you see, that's why I'm saying all of these habits is not to dust it off when things go wrong or go pear-shaped or are too hectic. You have to implement this in your life whenever, so that in times of crisis or in times when things seem a bit much, that you can just go back and fall back onto what is my daily habit. What do I show up for regardless? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. That's why it's so important to go back to that old-fashioned discipline of just doing. That is what actually keeps you there. That's really sometimes the most empowering thing that you can do. And like I say, often it's a combination, and some of these things warrant a video in itself or a discussion in itself. But yeah, you can wait for the tide to turn. You can just trust. yeah, that's a very yin practice. That's a very passive, but hey, sometimes you have to do that. You can let things go. You can go inward and start clearing your own house and your own shit. You can wait for something to happen, or even if you don't wait, something may happen to actually force you in a different direction. And on top of it, you can just go on with your good old habits, the discipline, the practices, the routines, all the kind of things that you just put in the structure in your life. And that's the one I most proclaim. Regardless of what else you do, don't let the daily habits, the daily routine, the structure slip. That is what keeps you in your lane. And I'm not meaning in your lane as not stepping out. I mean keeps you where you need to be and where you can best function. I hope this helps as a good reminder and maybe just as some points to ponder. I love you and thank you for listening. And if this resonates, please give it a thumbs up or a like, a subscribe, a share. That's how somebody like me builds resonance with you as well. And that's why my aim is to inspire and to build and also to encourage you to step out. So yeah, that would be very much appreciated. So much love and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.